I think I got them all. All right. Next up, Fred Weehee. Author extraordinaire. Best-selling author. Excuse me, I kept forgetting that you've got one on the bestsellers list.
Oh, more than one.
But recently, sorry.
More than one.
Josh Milliken! Amazing author, friend of Sinister, been here a bunch of times. Can't wait to see what he's promoting next. Wes Smith! Did I get the name right? Did I get the name? Here, come on down. I know it's a tight table, sorry. Wes Smith, filmmaker, has a brand new film that is about to debut at the Colonial next month. Less than 2 weeks away. And artist, makeup, amazing human being, Dan Acosta. Our featured guests, thank you all for being here. I am going to take a seat because I am old and broken, and so that's how I'm doing this now. So thank you all for being here, first of all. I understand as creative people there are times that it is difficult to set aside promotion time because of the fact that you're quite often busy in the creation process itself. So I'd like to start the panel as a question across the board to everyone on how you find yourself finding ways to motivate or schedule or whatever you have to do for creative time, and then for the balancing of how do I now promote this creative endeavor. Who would like to start?
So I have a planner, and every Sunday night when I finally get to relax a little bit, I write down everything I'm going to do for Monday through Friday. Bleeds into Saturday, of course, but I will mark down from beginning to end for Monday, and in that each day is 30 minutes to 45 minutes of promotions, because promoting is a huge key. If I'm not going to promote, it's not really worth doing what you're doing. So basically, planning my schedule, my time Sunday night for the week is how I do it.
I'm the exact opposite. I fly by the seat of my pants.
The fact that both work so well for both of you, though.
My mornings are my writing time. I'm best in the morning or in the late evening. In between, from like 3 to 5 or 6, I'll do promotion and stuff. That's my lazy time anyway. My blood sugar level goes down, and the creativity goes away, and I just start thinking about what can I do on social media, what conventions are out there, who can I contact for book signings and stuff like that. But
I like that. So whereas right now you plan ahead very much, Fred, you very much are like, I already know the fault in my day is I dip here.
Yeah.
Use that.
I use that.
I like that, Josh.
Yeah, I guess I can bring a different perspective in that I don't do either of these. I'm just really shitty at promoting, especially when I'm working on a project. When I have a work in progress, I can't even get on social media. I have my own crazy neurodivergences that play into all of this, but what I really need is like a social media manager, because I know it's important, but I'm Gen X and it's just really hard for me. So that's how I do it. Not really at all, just trying to make my art, my writing as good as it can possibly be. I guess trying to get on podcasts, just trying to get the word out, but yeah, I don't set time aside for it at all.
Very Gen X answer. Yeah, I understand that very much. Wes?
I'm a baby boomer, and I said time.
You have a different work ethic.
Yeah, for me, it's a completely different answer than everybody. I burn myself out so hard creatively that I don't want to be creative anymore, and then I get excited about promoting because it's not being creative anymore.
Well, that's not really a separate answer from Fred's. Fred waits till the end of his day dip. You're just waiting until a bigger dip happens.
Yeah, until I
Okay.
crash out completely, and I'm like, I don't want to look at my film or look at anything.
Crash out promotion.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't recommend it. It's worked for me because once I've burnt out on being creative, I'm like, okay, I can start working on promoting. It's like changing the pace of things. It's like changing things up, and so.
I can't stand to look at it.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a palate cleanser, but
I like that.
it works for me, but I don't know if it would work for everybody, so.
Can you guys hear me okay? Or do I have to talk into this?
No, you're
He
fine.
doesn't
All right,
like
cool.
it.
So, kind of like him, can't stand doing the self-promotion thing. It's a pain in the ass. It takes up too much valuable time. Sorry about that, man. I didn't see you sitting there. So, my audience is different than most audience. They rely on people to read their stuff and to pass it along. I'm usually behind the scenes. Nobody really knows who I am until they meet me, kind of a thing. So my promotion was I self-promoted by going to different movie festivals or cons like this, doing things like that, and put my name out there. Went to a lot of student film type things, schools like that. Threw my name out there, kind of rode their train a little bit. And then I want to say it took me probably about a good 6-7 years before I stopped doing that. And then I just started getting a lot of word of mouth things. And that's about 80% of my work is all word of mouth now, which is kind of nice. Don't get me wrong, I'll still throw myself out there once in a blue moon. But now that I'm kind of been doing it long enough now, I'm kind of pushing out, like marketing some of my own stuff. So the self-promotion I'll do is basically just my makeup, or maybe if I do artwork or like my shirts and stuff like that, I'll post on my Facebook page. I'll do like a little thing on Instagram. But for the most part, man, it's kind of like I don't like really being on social media too much because you gotta tag everybody and you gotta remember everything, and am I gonna piss somebody off if I don't do it this way or that way? So I usually just wait for somebody else to promote me.
How many hashtags did I forget to add?
Yeah,
for this
exactly.
specific
Oh, you can't put too many on, man, because then they say, oh, you can only have a limit of this many.
If you
can
put
back-
Yeah.
more than 10, we're
Yeah.
gonna flag you as
Right.
spam, and yeah, I get it.
TikTok now has limited their hashtags to 5.
Oh, do
Yeah.
they?
Per post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok is limiting to 5, now we
Found that
know.
out the other day.
I want to ask specifically to some of your new work that you're working on, but before we get there, it's 2025, and there's...
It is?
It is, sadly. And there's a curse word that's going around in creative arts, in all endeavors, from writing to painting to filmmaking.
I know that word.
2 little fucking letters that piss me off more than anything else, and that is A and I.
Yeah.
Now, the question that I have at the core of it, I have all my own issues with it and my own, I'm going to say hatred, for it. The question that I have as a creative soul is, how do you, in the face of it, keep yourself going with what you're doing? Josh has got his finger, he's ready for it.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about it in the long run because I've never seen anything made by AI that isn't soulless shit. So I think that the market's going to be flooded for a while, but ultimately I think we have nothing to worry about. But how do we deal with it? Well, on the publishing industry, there's a zero tolerance. Anyone who is known to use AI, generative, especially, you're going to be banned from the business, and that goes for your own writing, and that goes for the art used to promote it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's the same for like colleges and essays and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have really cracked down on the AI. I agree with Josh. You can tell AI from something that's created by a human being. It is soulless as can be.
Mhm.
There is nothing human about it.
Oh, no, I agree with
No.
you.
It's just words.
Exactly.
It is, Dan's got it.
So with the AI, that's kind of funny, man, because when I first started doing artwork and stuff like that, I kind of used it as a tool a little bit. And what I mean by that is I would take one of my art pieces or whatever, scan it, and then I would hit the AI button a couple times to see what it would come up with. And then I realized that AI doesn't really have a concept or understand what's going on, so they just pull images from different things
Yep.
and they put it together. And I've gotten a couple ideas like that to see how they did it. So like I did a logo, and in one of my logos I did, it made like buildings on the side of it, right? And I was like, well, that's kind of a cool idea to like, make a border out of buildings and stuff. But for the most part, man, I'm not a big fan of the AI. It's a fun toy, It's like a music generator. It's like, cool, I can make beats, But other than that, I look at it like Photoshop. I hate Photoshop. It turned everybody's grandmother into an instant artist, and that lasted for how long? It was great for like, what, 3-4 years everybody was doing it. Now nobody wants to do it anymore. So now you've got AI, which is basically the same thing as Photoshop. It's just artificial intelligence, like you said, doing stuff that has no meaning to it. That's why I hated Photoshop, because there's no soul, there's no feeling.
No humanity.
Yeah, art shouldn't be perfect. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that leads me to terrific into the next thing I want to actually ask all of you is the idea of AI mass generating off of other people's art to create a hodgepodge, soulless thing that people can consume. The question that I have, because like you said, art has mistakes, art has flaws. I want to know from each one of you, if you could share a story with us of a moment that a flaw in your art led to a better result than what you were aiming for originally.
Anybody?
Anybody got one?
I got one.
Yeah.
Because I do art all the time, man. Everything I do is a mistake. None of it ever comes out the way you want it to come out. What's in your head is this pristine picture, and then you put it on paper, and you're like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Here's my thought process on that. The more times you do something, the better it's going to be. You can take, it's like a photographer. They'll take 1,000 pictures before they find one good one. When you're drawing, when you're painting, it doesn't matter how many times you do it, each one's going to be a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit better. And then before too long, it morphs into something completely different. And you're just like, oh, wow. And then that usually pushes you to do a little bit harder, a little bit better, in my opinion. I've had pretty much everything I ever do, like especially with makeup, I have an idea in my head, and sometimes it doesn't always go the way you want it to. And unfortunately, it happens more often than not. But yeah, it's more about how well you hide your mistakes than it is how well you execute it.
It's the same way with writing.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, when I start a project, I have an idea of what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go. I don't outline anymore. I just run it through my head like a video. And most of the time, it goes off in a different direction at some point. It doesn't really lead me to where I was going to go. It kind of takes over and goes a certain way. And like you said, the first draft is never the same as the second or the third or the fourth or the final.
Yep.
So I don't. When you're writing, you don't want to worry about being perfect. When you're writing a rough draft or even the second draft or the third draft, you just want to get that idea out there and get it moving and get it flowing.
Yeah.
Is that how all of you treat your
Because
first
it's
draft?
never going to be perfect
Yeah.
anyway.
I have to have it out of my head first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if
Yeah.
I'm not,
I
if
see
I
Fred
don't,
and Raina agree. Wes,
Yeah.
Josh, do
Oh,
you
100%.
are you the same way? You got to get it out no matter what?
Yeah, get out like the
As
skeleton.
fast as you can.
Yeah, the heart of it,
Yeah.
the vibe, the feeling,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, like that thing that.
The soul.
Yeah, and I think like
Yeah.
with, in the context of filmmaking, that really will change, especially because it's on the page and then it goes into production and post-production. But, there's that, you want to get that spirit out, and that spirit's something that you kind of want to protect throughout every phase of creativity through all of that production. But it's important to get that out, even if it's rough, even if it's messy. Especially, you're going to know as an artist, like your intuition, if it is this a good idea? Do I love this thing, this soul, this essence, whatever it is, that is going to inspire you to go on that journey to put in all the work. But it's important to get it out in the first place, even if it is really messy.
yeah, exactly.
I was going to say, you know, I have an experience right now that's kind of at the opposite end, because I just submitted my latest manuscript to my publisher, and you know, this was after I've been living with it for like 8 months straight, you know, and then it finally goes to an editor. And I've only had an editor for 2 of my books, and it is the best. Talk about mistakes turning into something better. You know, it happened the first time I had an editor, but this time it's like, you know, the editor reads the story and she goes, well, obviously you can't have that the way you had it. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, it wasn't quite like that, but it was like, you know, people are going to be disappointed if that's how you play that out. And I'm like, really? Oh, you are definitely right. So now not only do I change it, but it actually becomes one of my favorite parts of the entire book. So not only in the beginning when you're trying to get it all out, and I imagine for filmmakers it's sort of like your test screening, you know, your beta audience.
Yeah.
The same thing with the creative end. It's like you that's why you have the dress rehearsal and you take pictures and you show them to your colleagues and you work it all out. Because in the beginning, you don't worry about mistakes, but when you think you're done, that's when you should worry about mistakes again, because then it becomes a bit of a collaborative process, and that's where the true genius art comes from.
I love that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I wonder
Absolutely agree.
if, to go back to what you said about AI being soulless, I wonder if AI is such a thing because it skips that first rush of creation, and then on top of it, never has the moment of sharing that creation with a separate creator to look at. Oh, maybe you're gonna be disappointing the audience with this. Oh, maybe if I added buildings to the side of this logo, you can get that when you're showing it to other artists, but AI has none of that.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point. I think the thing about AI that's really makes it soulless is that art is typically some sort of reflection of our human experience.
Right.
And so what human experience does AI have? Like what, we're all telling our human experience, our story. Like the art that we put out there is influenced by the things that we've experienced in our lives. And that shapes like our creative voices, and what creative voice does AI have?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, when I'm creating characters for a story, I'm drawing on my own experiences in life, and I'm like God. I try to make them in my image a little bit. Every character in every story I've ever written has a little bit of me. Some have a little more than me. Some have a lot of me. But every one of them has a little, even the baddest of the bad ones have a little glimmer of me in them.
Yeah.
And that's what brings them to life. There's no life in AI. They can't share their life experiences because AI has no life experiences.
Exactly.
Playwright Edward Albee had a phrase that every writer is searching for the futile attempt at immortality. That when you're writing any character, you're putting just enough of you that you get to live forever.
Exactly.
That is true.
AI without being life doesn't need to live forever, I guess. I want to talk specifically, I'm going to ask one at a time first because I know we could take forever. But I want to talk about your newest projects, the things that you're working on now, or the things that you're about to debut, so that way we can get some plug segment in here. I'm going to go ahead and start with Wes, because Wes has his film premiering at the Colonial Theater November 8th, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Tickets still available?
Oh, yeah.
For Mr. TV Man?
Correct, yeah.
Give us the elevator pitch of Mr. TV Man.
Yeah, so it's about what happens when the things that we consume end up consuming us. In this case, it's a man's addiction to television, without giving away too much, but it's a POV of somebody's descent into madness, seeing them experience it in a really visceral, artistic way, like a dark dream, things coming in the TV, onto the TV, and we utilized a lot of local artists as well as local filmmakers. So we had people that helped us build entire sets from scratch, props, things like that. That was kind of a dream come true. We had Dan work on it, who did some amazing makeup, and it was a lot of fun. And so we're having a big party November 8th. That's our premiere to celebrate it, and hopefully have people come out and enjoy the film.
Terrific.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that over to Dan then, because if Dan's makeup is in that, what is your next project other than Mr. TV Man? What else do you have going on?
Well, technically, my next project was supposed to be tomorrow, but that got pushed back to the 21st. Working on like a vampire werewolf ghoul movie. I'm pretty excited about that. Playing with my artwork a little bit more than I have in the past. I've gotten some new inspirations as of late, so the creativity juices are starting to flow again, which is nice. It's been a while. Sorry for saying no so much. As far as the movie that Wes is doing, or releasing for Mr. TV Man, I'm kind of excited about it because the way so I've been on a lot of projects. This is one that's, it was filmed in a way that I haven't seen an independent film filmed before. The techniques, the styles they were going after, the imagery is freaking, I'm not saying that because he's sitting next to me, I'm saying that because that's what I thought when we were there. And I didn't really understand the scope of it until I think it was the second day I was on set. That the stuff that they were building, yeah, it's a set and all that fun stuff, but the things that got into it, how they went and approached the way they filmed it, just certain things about it. I honestly think it's going to be a home run, just the way it's
Thanks,
filmed.
Dan.
And when you said you're doing a lot of stuff in the black and white, I was like, what?
I slipped in $100 to
Yeah,
say
you
that.
did. No, but I'm not a big fan of a lot of black and white movies unless they were filmed black and white because there was no such thing as color back then. And when I found out they were doing black and white, it's kind of like, and then I saw a couple previews and I saw some of the, what do you call it, the screen grabs and other things like that. And I'm like, dude, that's sick, man. So I've got that coming out on the 8th. Next year, I've got a few movies that are going to be hitting as well. There's going to be one called Caps Crossing, The Wrong Side of Dead. It's a Lionsgate movie. I'm saying that because it's the first big movie. I did that probably 4.5 years ago. It got shelved. And then I found out 2 months ago that they're going to release it next year. So, yeah, super geeked about that. And then I think there's 2 more movies that are coming out soon. I can't say which ones they are because I haven't gotten the green light yet, but they're pretty close. So yeah, I mean that's what I got going on right now.
Josh, you said that you just turned something into your editor. Is that your newest, or is that your upcoming and you have something new that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. But first I want to tell you about what I'm promoting now, what I've really been promoting for the last year is my novel Teleportasm, which was released in 2024. I actually did a reading, a little excerpt about a year and a few months ago at a Sinister Creature Con. It was strange. The reaction I got was strange. But the book has gotten a lot of really great reviews. It's part of what's called a Killer VHS series from Shortwave Publishing. And right now there are 7 of them. Each one's by a different author, and they're completely independent of each other. You can start any way you want. Mine is number 3. It's called Teleportasm, and it's about some college dropouts who find a videotape that when you watch it, it teleports you across the room. That's pretty cool, right? But it feels really good. So they basically get addicted to teleporting, and then they make copies of the tape, and then they make copies of the copies, and calamity ensues. So that's Teleportasm. I'm selling that at my booth, at my table now. If you're not going to be here tomorrow, but you would like to check it out, you can afterwards scan the little QR right here and read about it from Shortwave. But yeah, what I just turned in the final edits for my next novel, which is coming out June 16th. So, I mean, it seems like a while off, but actually that time's just going to soar by, and it is a dark woods cryptid mystery. Basically, workers on an outlaw cannabis farm are harassed by something.
So you're going to have something from that to read to us next.
Hopefully, and that novel is going to be titled Dopefoot.
Dopefoot.
I like that.
Okay, you got me on the title. You got me on that, Josh. All right, I'm buying a copy. Fred, what do you got coming up?
Let's see. I had a book released in April of this year called Stories That Haunt the Mind and Soul. 13 short stories. Reviewers have liken the stories to like Twilight Zone, Tales of the Crypt kind of stories. I'm filming it at my table now. Next year, I don't have an exact date, but next year I have a new young adult horror novel coming out called Days of Fire and Ash. It's about spontaneous human combustion. It takes place in Half Moon Bay. Two young girls that have to, that kind of find each other through this calamity and the evil that they're trying to escape from. So I'm really looking forward to that release. And right now I'm a little over 30,000 words into a novella that I'm working on about a Wendigo on the loose in San Francisco. And the guy who's tracking it is kind of like a bounty hunter who 3 years ago he had a near-death experience and changed his life and kind of opened the world to the supernatural. And a shadow figure has been his constant companion since. So there's a mystery about the shadow figure and how it fits into his life, and then hunting the Wendigo.
Wendigo on the loose on the streets of San Francisco.
the streets of San
That's my
Francisco.
nickname in college, by the way.
Well, I use you as a model.
Well, the charm sisters
I'm
are
glad I could be there for you, Fred. Rena!
Yeah, I have, I just released my, I had my Pumpkin Man and Pueblo Falls rhyming children's book, so I just released the coloring and activity book for that. I also did,
He's plotting out there.
yeah,
He's looking for
and I also did a Pumpkin Man rhymes and jokes book for the kids, because growing up in the 90s, I used to buy those type of books, so I thought, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why not write one? But I also have Slasher Girl 3 out.
Yay!
My rape
Ooh, alright.
revenge story, so that one's out. The 4th will come out next year. And then I just got the rights back to 2 of my movies from the distributor, Dawn Murder Spring Forgotten Tales, so we are re-releasing those films very soon. I'm almost done editing my 5th feature film, Interview, which I'm hoping will be out next year. I will also be, right now I'm also working on a Miss Misery movie script for a Miss Misery movie. And I'll also be guest appearing in Ghost Executioners 3, the film.
Wow!
And I have something else I'm working on, but I can't say.
You can't.
Because my boss, me, won't allow it. I can't say, sorry.
You're just gonna stop yourself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop myself.
Which book am I in?
Oh, he is. He's in.
Yeah, I'm a character in one of her books. Which one is it? I can't remember.
I wrote, Elvira in the 90s had books out where they're like Elvira paperback adventures. So I
Yeah.
did a Miss Misery. I did 2 Miss Miseries. I'm working on the 3rd. You're in that one too.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's
All
in
right.
those. There are 2. I have him on my
I
table.
survived the first one.
And the second
And
one,
the
yeah.
second one, all right.
So, yeah, he's in those, and then I have you in one
Oh,
called
shit.
Nightmare Con. Nightmare Con, you're in it, it's about Jimmy here.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
basically a horror convention, you throw in a serial killer,
Nice.
so,
All right.
what else am I doing?
Well,
I'm
I'm not sure which one of those I am.
No, you're there, you're.
Oh, I'm not the
you-
killer.
You host
Okay.
panels in it, you host panels.
Oh, okay, good. Do we have any questions from the amazing crowd before I keep asking? Yes?
I just have one question when it came to the AI, and I totally agree about AI when it comes to the creativity and everything, and I'm kind of against that. But I always thought of certain things when it came to AI as a tool. And because they still encourage it, like in the workplace, you have to learn these things because it's in the workforce, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it as a tool, as say like in the writing? Let me clarify. When it comes to writing, as an editing tool, when you're trying to phrase something, not even for editing, not at all, just completely 6 feet underground.
When I'm writing and I can't get something out and something doesn't sound right, that's my time to throw that in the drawer and go back to it later, because eventually what's going to happen is, for me at least, is I got it, and that could be days, weeks, hours later.
Okay.
But no, I haven't used,
Usually in the.
That word.
Yeah.
But that's because of the medication.
Yeah.
It really is a zero tolerance. It's in all of the new publishing contracts. You can't use it on any level of a creative
Cons aren't
process
allowed
in
in
publishing
art?
now.
Really.
I wouldn't trust it anyway to. I don't know.
It's very interesting because I'm an interior designer, a space planner, working, and they're all telling us use AI to write emails, to phrase this, to do that. So coming, so seeing it from an artistic perspective as someone who aspires to write creative nonfiction, and they're saying the complete opposite. It's very interesting to hear that perspective.
There's nothing artistic about AI.
I think to paraphrase George
yeah.
Carlin, it's part of the dumbification of America.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like if I started using AI, and there goes my brain, my writing, my creativity, the way I feel when I write, I'm out the door because I'm just using this robot to do it for me, and it's not going to sound right. It's not going to make sense.
Yeah, it's not something I
It's
would use
not.
to ever write the first draft. To
Yeah.
get the ideas out, to do the brain dump, to
Right.
vomit out what I want to get out.
Yes.
But
That
never
rush.
use it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it for the editing process either. It's going to change your whole, it could change contextually your whole voice,
Your words.
your
Yeah.
words.
Your personal touch is
Your-
no
yeah,
longer on it.
Touch.
Might
Yeah.
take that personal feeling out of it. No, I
Yeah, it's
would.
zero tolerance.
I hate the fact that that students are encouraged to use it sometimes, and that the workplaces are encouraging it.
It's almost like I had an opportunity to have 5 amazing, talented people just say on microphone, AI is shit, and please stop using it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Please stop doing
Yeah,
that.
that
I
pretty much sums it up.
almost did that.
That
on
sums it
purpose.
up.
Sorry.
That sums it
And
up.
I have a platform, I'm gonna use it.
I see both perspectives on it, from the workplace and why they're telling us to use it, because it's technology and we have to learn how to use it. But it's a different industry than what you wonderful people are from.
So
And
there's another aspect to what you're asking, which is, there's also like a lot of people, there's theories about also, is AI scraping, if you're putting that in there for it to edit it, is it taking your idea? Like, so.
It is.
That's,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, is like, so where is it going? So like if you, that's a concern that you have to have, if that's an IP or intellectual property, something you're trying to develop, like you don't know, is that going somewhere that you don't have control over it?
Is
you
it
know?
getting
that's a
regurgitated
very
to somebody
interesting
else's?
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I put one sentence.
Dan's
there,
logo
how
that
does it
he
go?
said that he
Yeah.
ran through one time, somebody else also got a regurgitated version of that.
Because AI is supposed to be continually learning.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
Well, where is it taking that to continue the learning?
So you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
Same place all your information goes when you put it in the computer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google is watching you because you say one thing and all of a sudden you're getting ads for that. And it's like, oh, you know that.
Yeah.
I saw, did we have another question back there?
Love
No.
your jacket.
Well, I just wanted to say, one more thing to show you how serious it is in publishing. You can't even use AI to make your promotional material.
Good.
You can't use AI to make your pictures come to life. You can't use AI in any part of the process whatsoever at any point.
Very good.
I am glad to hear that when it comes down to it, at least on the creative fields, we are having a lot of people put their foot down with things like that.
I don't know what it's like in the movie industry. I'm just talking about publishing.
They're just hiring AI actors.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing now.
Nobody's really.
Yeah.
That's why you should buy indie films.
That's indie films, see?
I have some at my table.
They're bringing old actors back from the dead with
Yes.
AI is basically what they're doing.
I just can't wait until the computer can bring me back from the dead and make me far more talented than I am right now. I would like to find out from these 5 creative people, beyond what you're working on now, there is one of the things that I truly love about Sinister Creature Con, all cons really, but Sinister specifically. This is one of those moments where I get to look at somebody like Josh, who, there's his stack of books, there's how many times has he been here, and then see a brand new author 2 rows over who has their first book out and doesn't know what to do with it really, but they're here trying. I want you to imagine, if you will, reaching out to somebody in this audience and giving them the advice that you wish you would have had before you did your first convention, as far as how to help sell your art. I know, Josh, as a Gen Xer, you don't want to, but If somebody comes up to your table and says, "What is this about?" how would you explain to a new author how to say what they need to say?
And by the way, I sat right next to him. He does a really good job of explaining his stuff, whether he thinks he does or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. All I could do is tell people how I did it and tell people the mistakes I learned. You've got to just be kind to people, and you've got to be professional 100% of the time, because it's not enough to just be immensely talented anymore. There are so many immensely talented people that if you end up differentiating yourself by being someone who makes a big fuss, or who looks for controversy, or who makes unnecessary drama, you're not doing yourself any favors, and you might be actually setting up obstacles that could dog you for your entire career. So I would just say, be supportive of your peers. Remember that all ships rise during the high tide, and keep it positive.
Love that.
Yeah.
There's a saying, there's no competition between artists and writers. You're there for each other.
Exactly.
You want to boost each other.
I so wish.
There's the old, I'll really date myself, Jimmy Durante,
Yeah.
who said, be nice to the people on your way up, because you're going to meet the same people on your way back down.
Yeah, when I first started doing conventions and I was going around and I was learning my way and asking, I got a lot of people who were very negative and didn't want to tell me anything. They didn't want to explain things. They didn't want to, let me know how they did something. I learned a lot on my own. So when I do get authors or filmmakers or anyone coming up to my table, I am happy to just let you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be all like, well, no, that's not what it's about. I'm just like, hey, I have a late night television show. Give me your Instagram. What's your book name? I'll promote it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do. You're supposed to help each other out. You're supposed to help guide each other,
Whether
lift
you
each
like it
other
or not.
up. There
Yeah.
is, like you said, no competition. Like of what? What do we come to? I'm not winning a gold award for this or anything. So yeah, I'm the type of person who's happy that I win, everyone wins. I want everyone to win. You know what I mean? And that's because I've had so much negativity towards me in the industry. So that's where I come from.
Just to focus real quick on you, Ms. Misri, do you feel, because you are the only woman on the panel today, do you feel that you got some of that gatekeeping because, oh, well, don't tell her, she's just a girl, she doesn't know anything anyway? Do you feel you got some of that in the cheese vote?
No, from these guys?
No, not from them. I'm saying when you first met.
Oh,
When you first, not from them. There's no way Dan Acosta would ever look at you and do
These
that.
guys are great. I have nothing to worry about.
No, I'm saying that when those people were gatekeeping.
Yes, when I first started, it was, of course I'm gonna get from men, you're just a little girl kind of thing, but what baffled me was I had a lot of hate from women. Other women,
They got past, so they shut the door behind them?
they just, I don't know I think what happens is there's cliques,
Oh.
and, and I'm a newbie, I come in, I got the short films, I got this, I'm trying, and it's like, oh, we don't like you, you're a newbie. I got a high school, basically.
Yeah, I got you.
I've always been an outcast and a loner. I don't really care because I've always been like, whatever, it rolls off my back. But eventually, I'm just like, I'm not put on earth to please everyone. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do exactly what I love. I'm going to go for it while I'm here on earth this one time. And I'm going to do everything I want. And I don't care what anyone says. And that's how everyone should think. If you want to write a book, if you want to make a movie, anything that you want to do, you want to go sky gliding, I don't know. Be careful, but please, be true to yourself and do it. Make the time and get it done and do it.
Don't die so you can do it.
Right.
Yeah, and if you don't have anyone that's behind you, family, friends, or anyone who thinks you can't do it, I believe that you can do it. I'm your biggest fan. Just remember that, okay?
I have a little bit different perspective on that. They're talking about not being competitive. I'm the exact opposite. My industry, how I work is I got to get that job if I'm going to eat my dinner, right?
Yes.
So I have to be better than the next guy in line. Now, am I the best artist and the best makeup artist? I don't know. Not even by a long shot. But I can tell you what, if I'm going to be competing with somebody to get a job, guarantee you're going to be going into a fight because I'm going to try to beat you out every single time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little different than what we're saying. I think
Yeah.
that what we're saying is that.
But I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Believe me, you know,
I
I
do-
want a publisher to buy my book before they buy
Yes,
his.
yeah.
But at the same time, we try not, like, when people, they have something being released, something new being
Right,
released,
right.
not bad mouthing it, showing
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to any kind of convention, or I always try to find somebody who is like their first book, or they're just getting started, and try to buy something.
Right.
And talk to them about it and support them in that way. But yeah, if you're talking about a dogfight and it's coming down to me and you and
Yeah.
who's going to get that job, it's
Yeah.
going to be me.
It's gonna be me, right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have no problem sharing. I have no problem sharing. Like, I've met a lot of makeup artists in the industry. Obviously, that when you ask, "Hey, how do you do something?" and a lot of times they get defensive.
Yeah.
It's not so much anymore, I think, but it was real bad. So I learned a lot of stuff on my own. And when people would ask me questions, I would tell them. A lot of times, some of them would be shocked because I'm just telling them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, most people wouldn't tell me their secrets." It's not a secret, man. You know?
It was a panel with you that the first time I ever heard a makeup person give out freely to a room full of people their blood recipe.
Yeah. I don't care.
Because you were just, no, if you can do it, then you go out and do it, use it.
Yeah,
If you want to
exactly.
use me instead, I'll do it. But here, this is how you do it. And I was shocked because of how many times I've interviewed people that they have gatekept
Yeah,
their
don't know why.
own creativity.
And then when they die and they take it with them, then what happens?
Yeah.
You're never ever gonna pass it on, save, so I
You
give
ain't
it
putting that in
to you.
grandma's recipe book.
Right, and then when that person takes grandma's recipe and they add their own things to it, it just evolves into something else. And that's how you learn. You're like, oh, I never thought about doing that. The next thing you know, you get these branches on trees. That's all it is.
Well, I cannot think of 5 other people that completely inhabit the idea of you need to have something you want to do and go out and do it.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if people say no, just keep going and doing it.
Yeah, if you find it hard, this is my opinion, if you find it hard, you're looking at the wrong avenue. It shouldn't be hard. You just gotta find that one group or that one avenue that's gonna help you out.
I love that.
Just don't give up on it.
Yeah.
All right.
And on the subject of AI, I mean, we need more human-made, authentic. We need people's stories. We need people's heart, their passion. We need more of that in a world that's, you know, we're rapidly trying to slide the other way, like the way that things are going. And I think that, like, that, you know, that should encourage people like me. Like, I'm like, that motivates me, like the whole underdog side of things. I'm like, that wants me to work harder to make something authentic. And, you know, I hope that other people can find motivation and not get intimidated by AI, you know. So bring it back to you.
All right, Sinister audience, please don't forget, tomorrow when you are back, head by Josh's table and grab one of his books. Head by Fred's table, grab one of
Right
his
next
books.
door.
Head by Miss Misery's table, grab her movie, grab her books. Don't forget to grab a ticket to Mr. TV Man by Wes and Dan. And give them a big round of applause for being here.